there and a warm welcome to SuperScreen's flagship news, broadcasting to you live from Lagos. I am Adenike Owoye Ajiboye. The federal government has launched a fresh move to seize looted funds and suspicious assets traced to some former governors, ministers and senators in the United Arab Emirates, UAE. The Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, and the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Mago, left for Dubai to finalize the forfeiture process. The affected political exposed persons, PEPS, under probe were a former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Diazani Alison Madwike, a former Managing Director of the Pipelines and Product Marketing Company, PPMC, Haruna Momo, who has 8 suspected assets in Dubai. A former managing director of the defunct Ashanik Bank, Mrs. Cecilia April, a former First Lady Senators involving in London Paris Club scandal, ex-PDP National Chairman, ex-CG of Customs, a former Special Assistant on Domestic Affairs to a former President, about 9 ex-governors and 6 former ministers. The alleged corruption trial of a former minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Jumoke Akejide, and 2 others continued on Friday before the Federal High Court in Lagos with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, who investigated the case. The investigator, Usman Zakari, who appeared as a second prosecution witness in the case, narrated to the court how Akijide and others allegedly took delivery of a cash sum of 650 million naira in March 2015. Zakari said Akijide and 2 others collected the 650 million cash at a Dubai branch of the Fidelity Bank PLC in Ibadan, under standing instruction of a former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Diazani Alison Madwike. He said his investigation revealed that 650 million naira was part of a total sum of 23 billion naira, which Diazani kept in the bank. He also said he found that the 23 billion naira was the naira equivalent of a total of $115.01 million, which Diazani collected from 3 oil marketers and 1 Lano Adesoya in the build-up to the 2015 general election. And now, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has called on leaders to work closely together to tackle the incessant violent clashes between farmers and herdsmen across the country. Obasanjo disclosed this in Makadi when he visited the graves and laid a wreath at the graveyard of the 73 victims of herdsmen attack. He said the continued violence and insurgency requires collaboration and collective urgent attention, adding that tackling security challenges must begin from the roots to secure a permanent solution. Obasanjo called for an end to the incessant attacks on farmers by the herdsmen while appealing to the governor not to give up because there would surely be light at the end of the tunnel. Report says at least 10 persons have been killed by invaded rural settlements in Darfur district of Bokos, a local government area of Plateau State. The councillor representing the 4 districts in the Bakos LGA, Danjuma Wabas, who confirmed the figure, said the victims were given a mass burial. Wabas said those killed are 5 women, 4 men, and 1 infant. He said many houses were burnt down by the attackers, while fear-stricken villagers had fled to Darfur, Bakos, and other areas of the state. Youths of the All Progressives Congress, APC, have vowed to resist any attempt to smuggle any form of illegality into the party's constitution. The youth said the National Executive Committee of the party has no power to elongate the tenure of the leadership of the party. They also frowned at a situation where youths who were supposed to be part of the advisory committee of the party at various levels are being removed after the party rolled on their back to power. The youth spokesman, Matthias Obekba, said the youths have resolved to ask the leadership of the party to tread with caution, as only the National Convention has power to elongate the tenure of any body. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has called on the Nigerian military not to allow itself to be dragged into partisan politics. The PDP said the military should listen to the call by the Deputy President of the Senate, Ike Kerimadu, that they should desist from endangering the nation's democracy. The PDP, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Kola Ologbodiyan, in Abuja, said it had watched the full video of Ekwerimadu's contribution on the floor of the Senate several times and saw nothing that could have warranted the statement issued by the Defense Headquarters on the matter. Ologbodiyan said the Defense Headquarters claim Ekwerimadu's statement may appear cautionary and sincere in that atmosphere of discourse. In a related development, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, chairman in Lagos State, Moshood Salvador, has condemned Governor Akinwumi Ambode for the increase in land use charge. Salvador expressed his opinion at the party's assembly's meeting held recently in Lagos.
At the Lagos State People's Democratic Party Assembly meeting, the party chairman, Moshood Salvador, wasted no time in condemning the Lagos State government for increasing the land use charge, saying the percentage is ridiculous.
The people that has houses in Ikoyi, for example, if your house is 600 million value, 40% of 600 million is 240 million. You now multiply that one by 20%. That is what you will pay in a year. 240 million. If you look for 20% of 240 million is 48 million. The question is, you as landlord, do you collect such rent from your tenants annually? That is an impossibility for a government to have said that. You know they are derailed, they don't know what they are doing again. If you have not gotten your PVC, the only solution is what I want to tell you. No fight, no riot, no unnecessary. The most important thing you need to go and get your PVC. It is only through your PVC that you will be able to exercise your civic right and make sure you vote them out when the time comes for election. That's the only way you can get them out of this.
Speaking on the party issues, Salvador said never in the history of the party has there been the kind of determination they have at the moment to win elections in the state, just as new members of the party were introduced.
The three parties that became, in fact, one was just from one ward and one local government. The people in that local government said they cannot do, but we are still expecting people from all over the state. I can assure you this. Everybody are tired with this type of government of APs, and we must be able to present a better alternative. When the last something they were saying, some people are corrupt, they now see the people that are more corrupt than what they were talking about. Not only corrupt, that the lives of people means nothing to them. Then what are we now talking about? If we can query somebody because of material thing, and another person is doing the worst on human life.
We need a party that has structure and people that are ready to do the work. The work to deliver Lagos from this bad governance and on people like policies is something that's a very hard work. And you need a structure and people that are willing to do that work. So that's why I'm joining because they have the structure on ground and they have people that are ready to do the work.
With the expression in Salvador, it shows there is a disparity within the party and its members. And if they are truly determined to win the election as claimed, individual interest must be ruled out for the benefit of all.
There seems to be no end in sight to the ongoing standoff between the Nigerian police and the Peace Corps of Nigeria. This is because the police have again resisted attempts by the Dixon Accord-led group to regain access to its national headquarters. Details in this report.
The Peace Corps of Nigeria's facility located in Jabi, Abuja, has been sealed since February last year, with armed policemen manning the premises. The situation has continued despite several court orders for the police to allow access. As the Nigeria police have repeatedly failed to obey court orders to unseal the facility, hundreds of these supporters and sympathizers converged at the premises to implement the order themselves. Dixon Accord, who finally gained access to his office, said the site is far from pleasing.
So we got this on the 20th, and we went back to the House of Rep about 3 days ago, and the House of Rep still advised them to go and comply with this earlier order that they should vacate here. Yesterday we are before the Federal High Court over the matter they took me to. For a year now you allege a crime against me, but you will not come out to open your prosecution. They were not even in court. So it's on that note we decided we are not against the police being here. In fact, we need security here, but they should allow us to have access to our office.
Shortly after Akko and his supporters gained access to the Peace Corps national headquarters, armed police reinforcements arrived at the facility in badges.
I will advise you to disperse peacefully. If you know police fail to obey court order, you can resort to self-help.
All those young men we made, policemen we made here, that nobody told them we are not against them, we cannot, they are here, they say they are here based on what they submitted before the court to secure here, but not sealing. So we will continue to pray that the idea allow them to continue to secure the property and our life here, because we are taking possession of our office and we will continue to operate from here.
It's for the Nigerian police to unseal the headquarters of the Peace Corps may take a longer time. Unless something extraordinary happens, this is going by recent turn of events.
You're still watching SuperScreen News at 8. We'll take a short break here, and when we return, we'll bring you business news and agribusiness. This day.
When you wake up in the morning, before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
We always start our day with a nourishing Kellogg's breakfast, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. Kellogg's makes a great tasting breakfast for all of us. So in our family, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
So I eat Kellogg's for breakfast. It keeps me full of energy. It's tasty and nutritious. Schoolwork seems so easy. Kellogg's every day. Breakfast time is Kellogg's time. Breakfast is Kellogg's.
So give your family a tasty, nutritious breakfast of Kellogg's today. Now also available at just 50 naira.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice, at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigerian government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why?
It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family.
You are affecting my village. Let me use if I call it useless, I'm not a mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Say each shop there are 4 million naira. So I don't have the money, so I have to leave. If you plan to get a tribal mark,
it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it.
The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
Well, it's so glad to have you back now in Business World. The Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, has inaugurated the governing boards of 4 agencies in Abuja. The boards inaugurated are the Nigeria Customs Service (NCS), the National Insurance Commission Board in ICAM, Nigerian Export-Import Bank Board, and Agricultural Credit Guarantee Scheme. Speaking at the inauguration ceremony, the minister expressed confidence that the agencies will work assiduously to restore the Nigerian economy to its past glory in line with President Muhammadu Buhari's agenda.
Let me just reiterate that there's a strong will at the highest level of government to reposition our economy, and much of this is driven by a fight against corruption. And therefore, we expect the very highest standards of corporate governance from all of you. If in doubt, please ask, is the general mantra that I will charge every board member with.
On his part, Chairman of the National Insurance Commission Board, Emmanuel also thanked the federal government for finding them worthy of appointment, assuring that the members will work to justify the confidence imposed on them.
On behalf of my colleagues, I wish to thank the President for counting us worthy for this assignment. I assure you that we shall not betray this trust that has been reposed on us. I therefore seek the support, prayers, and contribution of all stakeholders.
And away from that, depot operators under the aegis of a Depot and Petroleum Products Marketers Association, DAPMAN, have appealed to the federal government to prioritize the upgrade of the 3 existing refineries in the country to meet the nation's petroleum consumption. The operatives said the current fuel scarcity in the country has persisted owing to the non-availability of the product, which has resulted in short supply against the increase in demand for the product throughout the country. The operatives will discuss this to journalists at the 2018 annual general meeting of the Department of Petroleum Resources with members of DAPMA in Ekman Delta State. Said although fuel subsidy is reducing, there is need by federal government to boost the availability of the product to avoid returning to scarcity. In attendance at the meeting, which also had representatives of the Nigeria Bar Association, Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation, among others. The federal government has announced that it would be forwarding loan request documents to the China Exim Bank for the release of funds in order to commence construction work on the Ibadan-Kaduna Railway project. The Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, who disclosed this to journalists in Abuja, where he inaugurated the boards of 5 agencies under the Federal Ministry of Transportation. Amechi said they have awarded the contract from Ibadan to Kaduna and from Kaduna to Kano. They will be forwarding the documents, according to him, for the loan to the China Exim Bank. He hopes that they will give them the loan this year for them to commence construction. He also said they are negotiating for the contract from Port Harcourt to Maiduguri, which is about 2,000 kilometers away. It is now time for us to take our great business news.
The International Fund for Agricultural Development, Head of Knowledge Management Communication, Abdullahi Suraja, says 7 states are to benefit from 8 billion naira intervention set aside by the agency to boost agricultural production. Surajao, who stated this in Duse, the Jigawa state capital, said the fund had engaged 207 farmers group in the benefiting states, that is Katsina, Kebbi, Jigawa, Zamfara, Sokoto, Yobe, and Borno. He said the funds will go into the provision of training for farmers on new agricultural techniques, climate change adaptation, and agribusiness support program. The AFAD official said the fund will establish a farmers' free school to provide training for the farmers on new farming methods to equip them to cope with the climate change and global warming affecting agriculture and farmers. Nigeria Country Manager, Africa Commodities Exchange, Mr. Ayodeji Balogun, says easy access to finance by farmers and the application of technology can revolutionize agriculture in Nigeria. He stated this at a one-day workshop termed Code Cash Crop, organized by Afex Commodities Nigeria Limited in collaboration with Diabeg Global Development Advisors, Agro Nigeria, Nigeria Incentive-Based Risk Sharing System for Agricultural Lending, Co-Creation Hub Nigeria, and International FC Stone in Lagos. Mr. Ayodeji Balogun noted that the company had been registered as an exchange in Nigeria, which had been creating linkages between the agricultural ecosystem and the financial ecosystem in the last 4 years.
28% of our economy, a very large asset class base that only gets 2% of the traditional lending from commercial banks to the private sector. So if you look at the mismatch, 2% financing to a sector that is a third of the entire economy.